Hello there. With F1 Manager 24 right around the corner, what can we actually expect from this year's game? In this video, we're going to go over some of the changes and additions to the game, from the created team feature to the new changes to racing with mechanical failures, as well as the sponsorship rework and affiliates. To start off with, we're going to start with created team, which is most likely the most anticipated feature that this game has had in a while. Created team will allow you to create your own team in F1 Manager. You'll be able to create your dream team by deciding on team colors, the car livery, suit design, as well as design for your logo and your team name. The car livery designer will be available at any time, meaning you can actually make one-shot liveries for each race if you so desire, and as such you will have the complete freedom to create the team of your dreams. And with the presets for your team background, as well as the capability to create a completely custom background, you'll be able to create a multitude of challenges to keep the game fresh and fun. Some examples of challenges that you might take inspiration from real life would be having an amazing car and not so amazing drivers, the inverse with a shit car but a world-class driver, or even taking on the challenge of reviving a fallen giant. Create Team is going to give us a lot of freedom, and with that, it's really only the imagination that is setting the limit. We can make a background to, make it the challenge as hard or easy as we like. And if we accomplish everything and find that we have kind of, completed what we set out to with the created team, we'll be able to go to a rival team to see if we can actually beat our own created one. This year's game offers a complete rework of the old confidence system with the introduction of Mentality. Mentality will have an effect on both your staff and drivers for the entire season, and not just from session to session, which was the 23 version. Mentality will affect your whole team dynamic, as having a positive mental atmosphere will give buffs to both your staff and drivers, thus giving you an edge in developing the car and fighting for points. But the inverse is also true. If you have a bad mentality, it will cause the team to suffer, as you can get setbacks with development, as your staff will get malices instead of buffs, and your drivers will have the same problem and might actually struggle to get points. As such, managing mentality will be a very important aspect in this new game. With Mentality, we also get an update to the contract system, as we will now be given a baseline on what the person we're negotiating with is desiring in terms of contract terms, and Mentality will also play a part here, as Mentality will have an effect on contract demands, as well as the chances of your staff and drivers being poached by other teams. This is also a new mechanic in 24, where the AI will try and snatch up staff and drivers mid-season, and you'll have to counteract their offers to keep them in a team, which can be difficult without a decent mentality. Keep in mind, there are also individual differences, with the example given is that rookies would be more patient with a slow car, while a world champion driver might get unhappy a lot quicker. As such, there might be some kind of trace system implemented to supplement mentality, but I'm not 100% sure on this, as the example given was just that very short snippet. We'll have to see exactly how mentality is going to develop, but it's going to be a fun system to explore for sure. Next up, we have the sponsorship system, which also has been revamped, and we will now have more control over it compared to the old system. At the start of the season, you will be picking a sponsor package as well as a secondary sponsor, and we will have way more freedom to control when we do sponsor activities, making it far easier to ensure that we do not take debuffs before a critical race, and choosing when and where we will be taking these hits to performance in exchange for more monetary rewards. Along with the changes to the sponsorships, Marketability has been introduced this year, and is based on your team as well as the driver's individual marketability and the team's facilities. Your marketability will decide which sponsors you're able to attract to your team, and you can generally increase marketability with certain facilities, as well as just performing well, or bringing in drivers that are already loved by sponsors, think Paris or Ricardo. Marketability is a fluid system and will be changing depending on performance, our sponsor objectives, participation and results, and drivers will also have their own market base based on the country they're from, and will have something similar to a market share that can increase or decrease with performance. Since the system is fluid, we can expect marketability to change from save to save, meaning that a driver that is a safe pick in one save might not be a good pick in a different one. Affiliates is another new system for nurturing talent, allowing you to sign up to 10 talents and guide their growth. Affiliates can drive in F2 or F3 while being signed to your team, giving them experience, while you're also allowed to give them F1 experience by putting them in the car for P1. They also take advantage of facilities, meaning we can now nurture a whole host of F1 drivers if you so desire, and it's going to make the talent developing a lot more fun. That is my honest opinion. The AI will also have affiliates, and they will not be using them in every P1 session, but it is said the AI is going to be putting affiliate into P1 every now and again, just don't expect them for every practice. The changes to 24's race sim introduces mechanical failures, and these can both be minor, forcing you to say reboot the ERS, or even race ending. Both you and the AI will be able to take advantage of these failures in other cars to go for overtakes. Now, the main risk factors for causing these failures are component wear, high temperatures, as well as running over the curves. Failures can also evolve, meaning that what starts out as a minor failure can become a major failure, or even a race-ending one, if you do not handle it with care and take the risk of keep pushing. As such, the mechanical failure system is more of a risk-reward component, and you'll be able to see the risk of failure during the race to make a decision. There's been some other changes to race sim as well, as cars will now recover faster after incident, hopefully sorting out last year's issue completely. Drivers will also be more aggressive about overtaking into corners and try and squeeze out the driver they're fighting with in order to get an advantage and complete the overtake. There's also added a new helicopter camera to get a more cinematic view of the racing itself, and that is basically it. That is what we can expect from F1 Manager 24. Unfortunately, I have not been granted early access as this video was made with what I've seen from others. As such, I have probably missed something, and if I did, please let us know in the comments. We'll be very appreciative of that, and let me know what feature are you looking forward to the most. Thank you for watching, please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye!